The stub or stopped mortise and tenon joint is made with a blind mortise. The recess is not cut through and through. As a result, the tenon of this joint does not show on the outside face. Follow the simple technique to make a stub mortise and tenon joint. Step 1. Cut the wooden pieces to the requisite size. Select and mark the face side and edge. Step 2. Mark the width of the mortise using the tenon member as a guide. Mark the position of the mortise on the edge of the mortise member and position the marking gauge in the center and scribe lines between the width marks on both edges. Step 3. Measure the width of the mortise member to calculate the depth of the mortise and the length of the tenon. The depth of the mortise should be 3/4 of the thickness of the mortise member. Set the pins of a mortise gauge to the width and scribe a line for the width of the tenon against the side edge. Use a marking knife to emphasize the line for greater visibility to the mortise and tenon members. Step 4. Clamp the mortise member to the workbench using a G-clamp. Use a mortise chisel and start to cut in the middle. Then use a beveled edge chisel for the side cuts. Keep the combination of these two. Chisel down all the way through the mortise hole and clear out all debris from inside the mortise to leave a clean hole. Step 5. Clamp the tenon member to the workbench using a G-clamp. Start cutting with a handsaw on the waist side of the shoulder line. Reset the tenon member, cut down the other side. Secure the tenon member to the bench vise and start cutting both the sides of the tenon all the way to the depth line. While cutting, take care not to overrun. Step 6. Fit the tenon into the mortise to see if they fit snugly. If required, trim it further until the two pieces fit perfectly together. Once satisfied, apply wood glue to the tenon and inside the mortise and join the pieces. Lightly tap with a mallet to align it and wipe away any excess glue with a damp cloth. Clamp it together on a T-bar clamp until the glue dries. This completes the procedure of a stub mortise and tenon joint. Let's quickly look at the procedure once again. Step 1. Square the wooden piece and select the face side and edge. Step 2. Measure and mark the mortise. Step 3. Measure and mark the tenon. Step 4. Clamp the wooden piece and cut out the mortise. Step 5. Clamp the wooden piece and cut out the tenon. Step 6. Dry fit once, apply glue and assemble the joint.